Kia ora, friends. I'm Carmel from New Zealand, and I have recorded this video for those of you who are interested in manifesting and still seem confused by how to do it correctly. So the first part of this video explains the process and will walk you through using one of your goals. And then from 25 minutes in, I'm going to show you the roadmap as to how you embed the program in your imagination, which will then enable you to build a subconscious mind program that will enable you to confirm for your senses that your goal exists. Because I just want to say this right at the outset, your goal, whatever it is, no matter how big or how small, it actually exists as soon as you think it, as soon as you intend it, as soon as you state it, it exists. So let's work on that and let's have some fun. A lot of people really do not understand manifesting. They think manifesting is just visualizing, but it's actually way more than that. I like to think of real manifesting. That's why I call it super manifesting, as vibrating, as frequency, as attunement. It is way more than just putting a picture in your mind. The picture in your mind is really, really important, but it's just one of the little bits. So I really wanted to explain this, and then a little bit further in the video, I'm actually going to run the practice that you can use yourself with your manifesting. I call it super manifesting because it is the consistent use of positive imagination with your slow brainwaves. So go theta. If you haven't watched a video with me before, there's a whole video that explains the phrase go theta and why you want your theta brainwaves. So I'm talking to you now in beta, and when we're stressed, it's high beta. When we're running the stress chemicals, norepinephrine, when we're running adrenaline and cortisol. So those are the three stress chemicals that we run when we're in high beta. So theta is that beautiful brainwave speed that you have just as you're dropping into sleep. It's the brainwave speed that you ran when you were 0 to 7 years, when everything was forming in your imagination, your subconscious mind. And sometimes you run it when you're in this very creative space. So artists, and particularly songwriters, when they're in theta, they're just basically tapping into this hugely creative brainwave speed. And the other really cool thing about theta is when you are running theta, you're actually in in the mix where the universe is and where this cooperative conversation is occurring between everything that is physical and non-physical. That is I call it the universe. You can call it the wishful field. You can call it the manifesting field. You can call it source, all that is, whatever you like, pure consciousness. It is just this place where everything past, present is just continually vibrating and mixing up and cooperating. Thank you, Tui. Thank you for that serenade. So what I'd like you to do is with this, because when you're starting out, and because of our conditioning, because from the day we were born in theta and picked up every single bit of sound, sight, taste, touch, everything in our senses have been conditioned from the time we are little. So we are just running these programs basically that we set in our childhood, and some of them we didn't even set ourselves. We just like absorbed our parents, our teachers, our families, our pastors, our bishop, anyone in authority. We just absorbed their stories and we didn't check them, and they're running unconsciously in us. So this is the conscious use of your subconscious mind. And when you start to do this, I promise you that really things will start to shift in your life. And most importantly, they'll start to shift in how you feel. Because as soon as you become aware of your consciousness, what it is that you're thinking about, and how those thoughts are really making you feel, that is when you can start to do something and you can actually start to revise what's been in the past and clear it out, transmute it, and you can also then come into this beautiful space of creation. And that is what we're going to talk to you. That is what we're going to work on today. So I just take a pause and a big deep breath, because when we breathe, we bring our nervous system into equilibrium. So our parasympathetic system kicks in, which means we naturally drop into a slower brainwave pattern, which is naturally where we start to heal, which is naturally where we start to create. So just do that. Just close your eyes, block out all the data, and just all the stimuli, and just breathe. We'll take a couple of deep breaths. So breathing in through the mouth and out through the nose. Keep going. Breathe will stay out. Out. One more. And out through your nose. Okay, now I want you to think about a goal. And this goal can be big, because I think it should be big, or it can be even bigger. And I just want the first thing that comes into your mind, something that is dear to your heart, something that you would like to achieve, whether that is in relation to your health and your well-being, whether it is in relation to calling in a soulmate or calling in a soul family, whether that is just feeling better in your way to attain it, in your spirituality, in your mental health, whether that is related to your career, your work, or whether that is related to some bigger purpose which relates to our world. God, it does. Okay, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It could just relate to, having a new couch, or, having a bit more funds in your. No judgment here. This is just for you. So write this goal down, and I have a list. I work on. You can see my list. I think I've got 8 or 9 on the go. I work on each one separately, but I've been very clear about these goals. And I'm also clear about my list, because uh, we're always expanding. And if you think about who you are today from even, maybe even a day ago, maybe there's been some event that has really triggered you into a new state of consciousness. We're just constantly expanding, the physical world and the non-physical. So don't feel bad about your list. Just know that you're never going to get to the end of it, because pretty much you'll be adapting and changing and growing that list all the time. But there will be some key things. So there'll be some key energies that you're going to pick up in here, which are pretty, if they're elevated, and let's hope they're elevated, are they going to be fairly similar no matter what your goals are? So just one goal. With your goal, please write it down. Okay, now I want you to just think about that goal. As that goal is a reality, how you feel. Now, I just have to chat here about what is reality, because your goal, as soon as you think about it, and particularly as soon as you write it down, it exists, right? Okay? It's only you that believes you are separate from it. So there is not a single goal. And even if you just think about this in terms of goals in general. So say it's, being a billionaire. Well, how many billionaires do we have in the world? Okay, so that's an example. The goal exists. If it's having washboard ads, same thing. There are so many people with washboard ads, and that's a great goal. What I mean by this is your goal exists now. You just have to get the resistance out the way and allow the universe to assemble the physical stimuli, the objective reality, to assemble the bits that will confirm to you, because those bits, they already exist, but the universe assembles it in such a way that you are given signs to confirm with your senses that your goal exists. Okay, now I know that sounds ethereal, but it is not. It's very concrete, because reality is our thought bank and our felt thoughts that confirm what is real. just check those energies because you really want to make sure they're elevated. So when I say elevated, they feel good, and you know an energy that feels good. You feel vital, you feel loving, you feel kind, you feel grateful. Gratitude is just a game changer because it really works. So much research behind it. There is so much objective evidence to support the fact gratitude works, and it makes you present. It makes you realize you can't be grateful unless it exists. So I love gratitude. Lots of teachers talk about gratitude, and just use it. You might as well use the hacks that are available to you. So when you're thinking about your elevated feelings as you are successful in your goal, just like you can tap your heart and just open the stream. If you want to open it onto your page, you can do so. But I just want you to open your heart. And when you feel your heart open, it's like imagine that you're a stream of consciousness, which is just love in your heart. And you're just like basically love bombing, swaddling your goal in this incredible bathing of positive energy, loving energy. Again, no judgment, no criticism, no fear, no uncertainty, no lack, no doubt. Just pour this into your goal. With your goal and it being successful and you knowing the feelings that make it feel really, really good, whether they're excitement, jubilation, love, gratitude, whatever they are. So I just would like you to think now, what would be an event immediately after this goal being objectified? So you aligning yourself enough so that you know that this goal is real and it actually feels real, and all of those feelings are making it even stronger. What would be an event that you could really confirm to yourself, that you could celebrate? This is why celebrations are so important. That you could really celebrate to use as confirmation that you've achieved this goal, okay? So for some of us, that could be walking up the steps, unlocking our new home. It could be as simple as taking a walk down the beach with this person we have called into our life, who is going to help to expand us and to share the love that we have for ourselves. We're going to share this huge love together with appreciation and cherishing each other and adoration and many fireworks, walking on the beach, sunrise or sunset. They're such powerful light times anyway, magical times where the universe confirms to us, yes, there is a new dawn. Yes, there is this beautiful meeting of the end of the day, this beautiful culmination of the end of the day, where nature just reveals to us her magic, and we see Papa Tunuku, Mother Earth, in her all her splendor and beauty. I'm getting carried away in the imaginative field. I'm tuning in, and as it is, because my heart's open, if this and you are in this now, you're actually getting my high vibrational love to, and everyone else who is actually watching this video, anytime that it's playing, we're all soaking in this collective Wairua this elevated aroha, this elevated love. So that's pretty cool. Bing, 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 bing. Right. Oh, no, I've lost my train of thought. So in terms of, so we have this event. Now, it's so important. And we're just going to start this because you're going to be seeding this repeatedly, this event. This event you're going to be playing over and over and over. So just start by confirming in your own imagination where we're planting this powerful manifesting seed, this super manifesting seed. I'd like you to just think about the scene, and wherever the scene is where you're confirming for yourself, I would really like you and I would invite you to make it as rich in terms of the environment, as many details as you can put in that confirm for your senses. So, for example, if you're on a beach holding the hand of your beloved and you're feeling so good about this, you want to be thinking about the waves, the gentle brushing of the waves on The sand, is the sand thick grains of golden sand, or is it tiny white tropical sand? What are the trees? What are the flowers that you can smell? What are the scents of the ocean? What are the other smells? What time of the day is it for you? What is the quality of the sunlight? Where do you feel the sun on your body? Now, this is super, super important. Okay, what is on your feet? What are you wearing? Do you even, is this a particular beach where you are? Do you know this place? Like, bring these images very, very clearly into your mind, and remember, because we are in our heart, we are speaking and working from our heart, so it's there as well, because your heart is open along with our collective pull. And just really get a sense of this moment. If you can taste anything, this sense, our gustatory experience, or our taste experience is so powerful, as is the olfactory, what we're smelling. Those two senses, when your eyes are closed and when you're, which we're going to practice afterwards, but when you are really vibrating with the success of your goal, using those two senses when you practice this, will really, really, really anchor this as a confirmation that you are aligned with where the universe has already put your goals. So smells are so important, and tastes. If you are licking an ice cream with your beloved, that is really going to be powerful. This is probably the most important part. You want to choose a friend or a foe. I like foe because I am a bit of a disruptor, and I like to think that I can kill two birds with one stone and not just get my goal, but also get people who are close to me and who don't agree with me to agree with me. So this is just, you choose. It's sometimes there's less resistance with a friend. You don't have to be a disruptor. This friend or this chosen person, or look, it doesn't even have to be a real life person. It could be a past of a spirit. It could be an angel. It could be your guardian animal, whatever. Bring another entity into your event that confirms to you the success of your goal with your powerful feelings. And this entity, this person, this animal is going to be giving you really, really, really clear signals that you are successful. So if this is your dog jumping on you and knocking you over, and your beloved grabbing you by the hand and pulling you up and saying, "Oh, you're okay here, I've got you." I do get carried away when I start imagineering, and obviously, and I'm tapping into where I might be taking you. So, and as I said, there's no separation of time, space, or reality. So, like, I can literally feel all of your little hearts beating as I am talking on this. That's why I get so carried away. And obviously, Latoy's going crazy behind me, so he's supporting this. But the important point of this is that when this crazy thing with our brain, that if somebody else is confirming to us what we know within, it becomes even stronger as a pattern. And if you think about this, think about the times in your life where you've castigated yourself through the voice of another, telling you shouldn't have done that, or you did this, or you're dumb or stupid or whatever. Just think about all the times you've done that. Heard your mother or your father giving you a royal telling off and calling you by your full name, not just your short name, because you're really in trouble. So use this innate connection and love of connection that we have to benefit you with your manifesting. Okay, now if there's any other details about the person and what is happening in this event that confirms to you that your goal is success, then bring bring that in now. So you may be thinking of particular ways that a person that you know would talk to you, the words they would use, the tone they would use. And again, we're going for elevation. So we're wanting to think of those kind and loving words that you're going to be hearing, which is really fun if it's a frenemy, or really fun if it's a foe, or really fun if it's a very stern whānau member, to just have a bit of a play. Remember, this is your imagination. that you are creating a new mind pattern with. You don't have to bring in what you think you're observing at the moment, because there's always we create with our thoughts and our feelings this biodynamic loop with everything around us, including other people. And when you're in your heart, when you're clear in your mind, when you're focusing your imagination, and when you have an elevated goal, the law of attunement, which is one of the most powerful laws in the universal, and if your frequency is high, you lift everyone up. When you are doing this, when you are thinking with this very high, elevated imaginary theta brain wave, you are changing the dynamics. You're changing the other person's responses as they're reflected back to you. You are more powerful than you realize. We are all way more powerful than we realize as spiritual creatures in our physical bodies. Wow, it really helps with manifesting. Just try it out for yourself. It may really help you as well, because the physical realm is the realm that we walk in. It's the realm where our ancestors have walked in. It's the realm where the generations who we look after this earth for walk. So tread lightly in the footsteps of your ancestors and those who come after you. Feet. If it is another person, what are they wearing on their feet? What are they wearing in general? As they are telling you how happy they are for you that you are successful, that you have achieved this incredible goal. Just imagine them really appraising you, looking you in the eye with this big smile, and really evaluating the sparkle in your eye. How are they appreciating? Can they see your aura? What color is your aura? What color is their aura? The light around you. You can see right now I'm surrounded. Thank you, Tilly. He's just been going crazy since I've been doing this. He's just fully tuning and serenading into this and holding the vibe high. Around here, so much green, and and I've got these pink shades. So green and pink are the tones of our heart. Chakra, our most generative energy center, 150 times more powerful than brain. So just let this heart really, 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 this high vibrational love attune you into where you are as soon as you allow yourself. So, my friend, the practice I'm going to show you, you need to run this several times a day, at least every day, for as many weeks as you need until it actually becomes really real to you. So when you have such a strong imaginative program in your mind that it becomes a belief, it forms a neural network in your brain, and that is when the signs start to show up. Last point that I'm going to make. Last point, and then I'm going to run a little process where you are going to practice building this really powerful imaginative program, which will be confirmed by your senses. The universe has already got it, and it is here, but you will have it confirmed for your senses by the signs. This is the most really, really important part. I think it's the most important, which is allow, which is surrender. And by surrender, I don't mean fall over to pushy people. I am not suggesting that we should surrender to things that don't please us. By surrender, it's surrendering into the focusing of your imagination and surrendering your rational mind, surrendering the need to observe and to see confirmed with your senses your goal. Okay, you've got to surrender that. You've got to surrender the how. You have no idea how the universe can assemble all these bits for you. And I say this because how many people win lottery tickets? How many hit songs? I use this example. I mean, Gangnam Style. I mean, that to me is like the weirdest example of 15 million views in the first second of its play, whatever, crazy stuff. We cannot know. And this is not a miracle state. It's just that most of us allow such a limited amount of signs to reach us. So just wait. And again, this is the surrendering, is wait. Wait till a sign is so huge you cannot deny it. wait and pause. I'd like you now just to close your eyes. Close your eyes, and with all great meditative and self-hypnosis work practices, we start with a very high intention to use your deepest level of consciousness now. Set your intent to be aligned with your goal that exists now, using your imagination, your subconscious mind, and your positive emotions now. Open your heart and just imagine as a stream of consciousness dropping from your heart deep into Papa Dua Nuku. And connecting with Mother Earth, Papa Dua Nuku. As a stream of consciousness of pure love, connect through your toes, through the soles of your feet, through your heels, through your ankles, and drag the energy as a stream, a vortex up through your ankles, your shins, your knees, your quads, your hamstrings, your haunches, your root, your sacrum, all the way up your spine, circling through all the organs, from your root through your stomach, through your solar plexus, expand out into personal power and merge with your heart center. Come out from within, come out around yourself and come up into your throat. Circle the energy all the way down your arms to your fingers, right down, dropping into the ground again. And coming back into the throat and just circling around and up into your head. Release any tension in the neck, feeling the curving up the spine of the energy, your consciousness, which is uninhibited. And just coming into the area between your brows and turn around and around and around. Now coming into the crown of your head. This is the time now that you will allow yourself just to leave your body. Your consciousness is going to leave your body. If it helps to come out of the body and look back at yourself with your eyes closed. Feel the light. See the light all around you. And just take that stream of consciousness, take it up to the sky. Leave the space where you are, and as a beam, a ray, a stream, a river, a Magellan cloud, whatever you like, just come up, 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 up into the sky and past the moon, He Marama, past the planets and the sun, into the layers of the universe, the cosmos, as liquid layers of light, dark, black, blue, sparkly, silver and gold. And come into Te Kuri, the great galactic core. Come through or up, doesn't matter, and just push. Through gold light into layers of thickening jelly. Soft, warm, any colour you like, usually brown, dark. But you're just pushing and pushing. And as you push, just feel all of the limitations leave you. All the limitations that you think you have leave you. All of the resistance leave you. And just come in like, plop. It's kind of like pushing through jelly, but coming into the space where there is nothing but white, tingly, bright light. The field of all creation, a collective, creative light. and here. Replay your goal. The event that confirms to you your goal's success. The entity that confirms to you you are successful. The feelings, elevated feelings that make you feel so happy about your goal. And just stay here, focusing and focusing until you are ready to return to the waking world. Or you've just drifted off to sleep. Doesn't really matter. So just program in the pathway that I outlined and walked you through. Program that in here with the words go theta, so that anytime you choose in your own work, in your own easy chair, in your own bed before night, in your own bed before night sleep, you can return and do this work. And program in your desire to do this work. Program in the desire, particularly in your dream time, to build this powerful, powerful imaginative field in the creative field. So just integrating now, take all of the energy and drag it back through into your heart. And drop it into Babatilnuku, anchored back in the earth. Anything that comes to you now, just allow it to come. And when you are ready, I'm going to count from 3 to 1 for you to awaken. Here we go. 3 and 2 and 1. Just stretching and rolling your eyes and awaken. So that's the roadmap. I just want to add that if you do this work, it's good to have a notebook handy. And I also like to have my trusty iPhone on stopwatch. So what I do, unless I'm going to bed, so I'll talk about that first, but if you're doing this during the day, and particularly if you've got a list and you're doing each one and coming out, you want to come out of the roadmap and go back in if you're working on multiple goals. But just write down, push your stopwatch to set and write down how long you spend focusing your mind on that one goal. And as I said, it's really important to keep the goals separate, at least in the beginning, so that you have clarity around your alignment and clarity of the feelings and clarity of the process. So that's super, super, super important. Write down. And if you want to keep a little log, it's going to be super helpful for you. So the other time, just with your day work, make sure, have a comfy chair, but make sure that you are upright, okay? It makes a big difference because it's not nap time. This is really focusing the imagination. And in the beginning, it's actually harder than you think. Like, it's quite hard to walk you through the process that we did. So if you need to turn off this video and listen to it as an audio quite a few times, that may help you, but just to make sure that you know how to use that process to get to theta, your slow brainwaves, and how you know how you can focus your imagination. And so yeah, that's the day work. At nighttime, it's really, really amazing to just do this before you go to sleep and get really clear in the feelings of this and the confirmations of your goal. You won't need to have a diary when you're doing this at nighttime. But it's so good because then you get all of those hours of that deep delta as well as theta, where you've really embedded these seeds, which your subconscious mind is really putting together and receiving from that great quantum, the great matrix, any additional support. If you have a particular spirit guide, or if you have an angel, or you have a guardian, a kaitiaki, or an ancestor, something that really, a divine entity that you love, you can bring them in for this to help you when you're doing your nighttime work. And the only last thing I just want to say, and I did mention it before, was around surrender. So with this process, I think one of the most important things is, if you find yourself thinking about the how, are you going to get there? Or if you find yourself actually starting to take steps towards where you think you should be, just don't. And one of the most powerful stories, I'm going to tell it now. I know I've been talking for a long time, but I think it's really useful. One of the most powerful manifestors that I know, he and his wife had worked hard all of their life, and basically they got to a point where they had some extra land. They really wanted an apartment building, and they decided that they were going to build some apartments on their property without spending a single cent. Now, that is quite a big goal, if you ask me, because most of us would think, well, it's just absolutely impossible and you can't do it. They used this process, or similar. They didn't use the roadmap, but they used the manifesting process of being in the event and imagining opening the apartment building, having a grand opening, and all the tenants inviting to their homes, and the turning of the key in the door. They basically used this process for about 3 weeks, and lots of signs showed up, but it wasn't until they basically had the developer who persistently, and he wasn't a developer that normally did this, but he was a property developer that persistently said to them, I'm going to do this, no, I'm going to do this. And in the end, he said, I'm going to build this entire development for free. And he did that. And that was about 3 weeks of their work. Now, they're powerful super manifestors, but that story resonates with me because we have to resist doing things in the physical world until there's so much certainty in the signs. So someone literally walks off the road and says to you, I know that you're my beloved. You are offered the job of your dreams. Your health improves to such a great degree that you cannot deny it. Or someone you've been estranged with your entire life writes to you and asks to repair a relationship. And that is waiting for the signs. But I just want to say the last thing about this process is you're going to start to feel good. Because if you run this process with your theta brainwaves and really just honor your imagination in a new way, in an unconditioned way, in a conscious way without limits, as you hit theta and that deep space with your eyes closed but fully awake and alert, and as you gain this confidence in using your imagination, you start to create the states within you. And nothing is created in our physical world without first being created within us. 70,000 thoughts a day, 70,000 thoughts and feelings, a vortex. We create reality, you create reality. So I really hope you enjoyed that. If you liked it, give me a like. If you would like a roadmap, I have a roadmap. You'll have to send me a message before so I can send it to you, or one of my team can send it to you. But keep super manifesting, keep channeling your imagination, align with yourself with what the universe has already created. Allow yourself to feel good and ignore what's here at the moment, because it's always changing. Mauri ora, thank you, my friends. Thank you, super manifestors.